Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Software Inc. with Expert Tech Technologies. And I know I mentioned last episode that we would be moving, but then realizing it is January of 2000, and to keep everything kind of smoothly running, is to just stay in this building for a little bit longer because we have Tri Studio next month, May of this year, and March of this year. So within second, third, and fifth month of this year, things are going to be released. So it just makes sense to stay within this building and work on um, just kind of basically stay within the realm of that we should stay in this building for that matter. So that is done. And that is done. We'll update that. So we're doing well. Kind of look at the manufacturing real quick. And this may, since we don't have the amount of machines for it, but we'll see if there's just board and or case and board printers, which seems to be that we can print well enough to finish it in time. So deals, print job. Ooh, that's a big print job for 6 million. We can definitely do that. So that will be printed in no time. It's just the fact of there's another support. We'll accept that as well. And do that. So yeah, there's a decent amount of boxes, but we have hired a lot of couriers to move all the boxes, so we should be good. And that's going to be easily done. No problem. So we have a lot of that stuff being handled already. I don't have any so we've kind of have it set this way, but we're not gonna fix it for right now. So our Tri Studio must have been released. So that is done. Oh, because it is February. So we are good on that. So we'll have... It gives us just a little bit more buffer room of money with all these products being released, and also with the little bit of help 323. So may not be the best, but the goal is to have the product teams will have their own buildings, and then support has their own. And then when it comes to hardware and stuff, they'll have their own building with also a factory. So that will be kind of what the plan is overall. And then yeah, we are not going to accept any of those. Print job, we will do that. It's probably with the hardware, more than likely. So, Soldier of War 3 is being printed, as that will be released in December of 2000 now. So that changed a little bit. It was in 2002. Now it's being released in 2000. So it's a good thing that we are staying in this hardware building for some time now, to kind of get everything all set in stone, and we are approaching on that $41 million mark. I'm doing all these print jobs for everyone else because we can do it. But the only thing that's gonna sink us down a little bit is all this embedded system stuff that we may just get rid of, which is what we're gonna do. So within this, we will sell the furniture, so then there's that, and then we will terminate the lease. Then select the furniture. We're gonna sell this. Select the furniture. We're gonna sell that. Terminate lease. Terminate lease. It's gonna save us a little bit of money to kind of help, because we're at that 40 million and we just want to increase our profits for the time being, so we don't have to worry about rent and all these machines that aren't being used, and yet we're still paying a pretty penny for electricity for them being run. So and with these print jobs, it seems like a lot of our companies want us to do their print jobs, so we don't have to worry about the hardware manufacturing. We'll just worry about this and get their stuff printed in a timely manner. So which is a good thing, because it's like 40 cents per box. Yeah, all of them are 38 to 40 cents per box, so that's not even a bad deal whatsoever. We are saving money that way, or gaining more money, I should say, that way, doing all these deals. And we were down 2 million. That's down 4 million. Now we're up 4 million. So with terminating those leases and everything else, it should help a little bit. I just thought earlier in the series of trying to venture into that, but all of them are different. Some of them need like 2 printers, some of them need 10, and it's just with the flexibility of that, I can do much in this building, but it's just overall, if I wanted to have multiple lines, there's just, it's a lot of money going outwards instead of coming in, even though we were like kind of stabilizing, but I just want to increase that a little bit more. We don't have any stocks from any other companies. I did venture out into that. We did get 14 million from that. So we are towards the top now, a little bit. We're getting there. We'll see if there's any. Be like 11 million. I would buy this out from the private investors. That's just like 1.5. It seems like it's sinking down, so I wouldn't want to be a part of that. 21 for 22%. I'm just not gonna sell any, or buy any, I should say. Our finances, we're doing pretty well. We're getting back up into the almost double digits in the millions, but overall, Home Shop Suite number 6 just released, so hopefully that will help us as soon as we get to, which hoping, but now we only gained overall for the month was $500,000. See, 544. Okay, that's good. We'll kind of put a pause right now because I wonder. Pardon me, just had to sneeze. I wonder what's been recently. Port. Can do that. As experts, so that's done. So that's already going on ours, but that's already on ours. Just trying to see if there's like anything that hasn't been ported onto OS Expert or something like that. Let's see how many people are on it. 64,000. Gonna update that stuff. Update that. That needs to be updated. My shop. It's all good. We'll see how we're doing on that. We're at 10%. We still have 26. We'll drop down to 8. For that. With some of this stuff, it didn't go on to like the other networks or something like, or our original one that we made. So all this porting stuff is after the fact of ours was already completed, but I also did kind of cancel it to kind of not put much stress anymore on the porting and updates teams, which when we get into the bigger building, it shouldn't be an issue. And we will add the cash transfer back again, so that will be another team. That will have to to come back to as well. Marketing, perfect. 18,000 per day. It's quite a bit. Quite a bit for a deal like that. So, we're at 38 million. So, right now, okay, so we made 1.4 right now. Going into day 2, and hopefully it increases. You're not selling expert frame shop. So yeah, we're at 1.4. Marketing. We'll accept it. Finish. That. Development, nope. We will have a contract team as well that we will add. That will do like contracts, and then also if people are asking for designs and developments and stuff like that, we will have that team available as well. Eventually, maybe down the line. It just really depends. Because right now, everything's all set up for this. We'll kind of wait until the end of, maybe mid of 2001 now, with Soldier of War being, that franchise being open or sold to December of 2000. So it'll be a whole another year for this. We're doing pretty well. We're getting up there. And we have a third shift support guy that's been with the company, retired. We should probably start also looking into benefits, to be honest. I know within the updates you can individualize you can individualize each team and what kind of benefits. So like for a pension, I won't do just yet. Severance pay won't do. Vacation 1 month, paid vacation, free food, yes. I wonder if I should get rid of that. Say no, but no. Christmas bonus, company car, night shift compensation. And stuff like that, but follow and see. Left empty-handed, great. Okay. So we have that developments. Nope. Sorry, we don't do developments. Probably 224 for those expert 2. Alright, that's not good at all. That's not good. That's not good. Choose a tool. We don't want to do that. Alright. So, it seems like overall, OS Expert, you're done. Yes. Try Studio. Try Studio. So this one's on active bugs. They fixed that, so we're gonna cancel support for that. Desgen. Developing 4. So I guess we will cancel support on that. Because we're moved on from it. All these deals, hosting, yes. Marketing, sure. Support, sure. You're on the cusp line. Try to accept everything now because of we're trying to move on, and it seems like we can't move from this 41 million mark. So it may be when it comes to a time where we have to not necessarily like move, but like add people, but we really don't want to add. Hosting, accept, support, accept, reject. So it's more like of adding or like moving to a bigger building, having all these porting teams and stuff like that be like specific per product and not necessarily all one big group, because that's what's happening right now. But 38 million could do it for me. Just 2 categories: best products, most expert 2, I guess apparently, and Virus Ender is most profitable. So you're not selling anything. So let's look at expert 2. Definitely got to update it. Exclusivity deal. 4 years. Same thing on everything. You're not trading anything, so, but I did want to look at details. So details, 1,000 license, active users none right now. Probably tell me at the end of the day. So that is going to be actively worked on. So we've gotten quite a bit of sign. Operating system team is working on it, so it's going to be decent load for that. Time's doing good on my end. Timeline. What we recently did is we bought stocks and stuff, and so it's founded, bought stocks, gave us quite a bit of money. We sold them. Released some stuff, bought more stocks, and then that kind of helped us to what we are today. Bought stock back from other investors and everything else, which was the 4 founders. There's 4 founders, and now it's just me. Because once you buy the stocks back from the other employees, if you leave with 1 share, they stay. But if you leave with nothing, they leave. So that is the only downfall to that. So that's getting updated. This is getting updated. Should be in the SCM. We will actually check stuff. I know we should be making another platform right now, but I don't want to do that. Push it up to 9. Manufacturing, we don't have that anymore. So we're at 39, but we keep growing. Okay, I guess we're bouncing up and down, essentially. And I want to see how many people are actively using this. It's saying 0 active users. I thought it was released. Did we not? 78 units sold. I wonder if it's because of the update that no one's really buying them for the time being. But overall, I think we should be fine with the 40 million. And after this year, we should be fine. And we will be we'll be able to, have our own buildings, have, whether it be crate buildings or I always like to look at the workshop, because there is a workshop on Steam where so as of right now is so nobody bought it in June? Unless if I have to port everything to it right now. So that is nothing that will get printed out like right away. So I wonder if things have to be ported to it for people to use it. 12,000 people using it right now. Port. Soldiers upload it. Banking 2. I'll do number 6 to it. Number 2. Number 9. Just gonna do the latest stuff to it, probably should do everything, but that will give porting and updating teams quite a bit of work for a little bit, just to do the most recent manufacturing. You want to keep buying it, I'm not giving it to you, and send me that, and I will get it printed for you. And that will be that. So I wonder if staff wise, I don't need that many anymore. 1, 2, 1, 2. So I'd probably be fine with a more shrunken team. There. So, I'm on the cusp. But it will save us a little bit of money, and now we're up to 50 million right now, so that is also why it was a good thing on the maybe do manufacturing, but if it wasn't going to work out, which it really wasn't, it was just keeping us still on that plateau. And now, since we got rid of it and everything, and also a few of the couriers that we didn't need, we will be kind of getting closer to. I try to project to like 75 million, because with some of the buildings that if I were to use off of that workshop, like I mentioned before, you can just hit the check mark on the subscribe and it will load into your game. And it's either it's a building that you can start off with instead of the basic ones of the garage, the hardware Inc. right here, the skyscraper, or the apartment. Then you can have those other buildings if they are set for the beginning. You can use one of those and it will save the rent and stuff like that right away. So if you feel like you can't make that much, and we have a second shift lead for support that retired. So second shift doesn't have a lead, which is fine for right now until we have to leave, or until I should probably hire a lead. Service, high, HR, socialization, and looking, and support of second shift. So normal. So we will do Florence, modest, independent. So Florence is that, so then we'll go here, support second, employees, Florence, change roles, and service mentor, boom. So they have a leader. So we're at 53 million, which is a good number. Seems like we're growing up because we have all these products coming out. We just made 1.3, 4.2, 6.7, and then 5.9. So that porting's done. Hopefully more people. 93,000. So it's just almost making a profit. So our Wave Tune made a profit. Soldier of War 2. Did we put that on OS2? I think we did. But should probably put it on these three as well. And Soldier of War. Yes, on those as well. Because it is a game, and so then other people can play on it. So what does it end up going on here? Or did it not register? It might have not registered. Soldier of War 2. Yeah, it didn't register. That's what. Okay. There's stuff I really don't worry about because it's just other things. And so, yeah, we should be fine to move on from this building after this episode officially. So we are getting to that 60 million mark. And it seems like we're not getting any print deals right now, so and these contracts we don't really need to worry about anymore. As people are continuously on the project stuff and marketing is getting their stuff done, sports getting the stuff done, all that jazz. So that's just fixing a bug there. Support. Add that. So that will happen. 61 million. Digital, we're doing good. We're at 9 right now. Development. What was I gonna check? Servers, there. Let's see how much is on load, so that updates. I'll take that. So and yeah, and after we're done with this building, each kind of take that. I'll take that too. Each like marketing, maybe marketing and support will share a building, and then like 2 floors each, and then I will add a and then all of the products and stuff like that, all the developers and all that jazz will have, maybe it's marketing, support, and porting and updating all in one building, and then The rest will be in one building, and then there will be teams part of the factory when trying to build for console and stuff like that. Try to figure out that stuff too. So that will be part of that plan, because I think we can make consoles right now. Yes, we can make consoles. And we can make fonts. So that will be a complete different beast in itself down the road. As this has been a elongated series of Software Inc. and stuff. As I've been in and out of busyness and trying to have this go from start to finish, as if you've seen before in this series, is that I started off with it, went bankrupt, then I was like, I'm not finished, and then redid it again. Dad, like around 2 of continuation, and then as I also kind of played with this game on my free time, of just like creating other series and seeing if this will work, that will work, kind of, trial and error, and see if, if I were to do this, would it expand it too quickly, or would it be, good to go? And as we see here, we're at 75 million. So we are cruising. So we will have enough money at the end of the year. And at the end of the year, Soldier of War franchise will be good. We will send it and basically call her a day on that, because I did not see that we were going to strive for that. So we'll see how much we'll get at the end of this year of making our products. And we're at 79 million. We have made 6.7, 7.8, 9.4, and this month 11.2. So it's quite a bit. Within our bond, we can't release until 2002, has acquired 59,000 in interest. So that is quite a bit of money. Quite a bit of money. So, and now I do the select all. I give them 80%. Accept. That is for all the leaders, including the person who just got recently hired. And all that jazz. So, sometimes printers work, and sometimes they it's kind of just sitting there, waiting for stuff to happen. Marketing, hosting, for sure. Marketing, yes. Marketing, yes. Reject. Accept. So, they seem to get it done. And with all these deals that are happening, I just can't say no with 13,000 here, 16,000 there, and then there's one for 10,000. So you cannot say no to that. And marketing team has been getting it done. So Soldier of War 3, 5, 5, and 4. Okay. All right. So today, 2 months breakdown, or kind of a break so to speak, to allow marketing to do what marketing does. And then let's do its updates. And okay, so they are porting it, which is good. And we're at 84. So hosting, yes. Design, no. Support, accept. Reject, accept, and reject. So we are ending the year out with a bang of releasing all this stuff, and then February Wavetune will be out, and we're at $87 million. Accept it. So, the next episode, we will be moving. We have 87 million in the bank. As of right now, 1.035 in our bond. And we will add another amount. We'll see what we have at the end of this year of how much money we will have. 80 million is quite a bit. So we'll have 85. So it's 2001. We're gonna put 509345. We are going to deposit it, and we won't see that money until 2006. So we have a year, basically almost 2 years until we can pull out this money if we need to. We may not have to. And this is 4 years, so it will acquire interest quite a bit. So we are at a safe 8 million, and $80 million. So after removing all of the hardware stuff, we're able to save some money, because I would imagine if we would have kept that stuff, we would be probably teetering to 40 million, maybe even sink it down a little bit to the 20 million, and going back up as soon as we accept a contract, and then it goes back down depending on how much fluctuation of what we can print out in a amount of time, so to speak. So hopefully you appreciate this episode, as it is the end of Hardware Inc. building, and we will be on our own, essentially building our own buildings, or downloading from the workshop, and we can build them on there, and it has a set price of how much it is. We would just have to put the desks in there, so to speak, for all of the employees. So, and some of these employees will probably be shrinked into one big group with first and second shift and stuff, because there's 30 people per shift, depending on what they are, because like Frame Shop has 2 groups, DeskGen has 2, Wavetune has 2, VirusEnder, I think VirusEnder and OS Expert are like the only ones that have like 1, and then it's 6 marketing teams, 3 support teams, and porting updating and porting has 3. And then App Store developers has 1, which they've been helping the OS expert because they don't really have anything going on right now, unless if I make a whole new app interface, or store, and then accounting obviously has 1, and yeah, it just eventually will come down to the marketing teams like 1 and 2, or marketing 1 first shift, marketing 1 on second shift, or however it may be, will work on Virus Ender and stuff like that. So I kind of try to do it based off of each of the products, that they each had their own marketing, so no one is overworked. And then they all kind of contribute in helping with the contracts. Just kind of like the support would be kind of be twiddling their thumbs and be like, hey, what am I supposed to do? There's not really much support to do when it comes to these products if they get like released or whatnot, because they can, basically be caught up easily, and then you accept all these contracts for them, and you get a certain amount of money per month, as long as their company doesn't get bought out and they stop the support for it. So we'll kind of look at that. So, like for example, this software is a game, and per day I'm getting 5,846. So as long as this keeps running, I'm getting that amount of money per day. And same with that, and that's why I was kind of making it 5,000 and kind of having a set price of, like, if you're like, for example, a truck driver, like you have a certain amount of money you want per mile, or just overall, like if you're an independent contractor, you're gonna charge a certain amount of money per hour, and it comes to the fact of how much parts are cost, how much the labor is gonna take, how much overall the whole project's going to be, if it's going to be one little thing or if it's going to be a little thing. And if you're like kind of like having it as a flat rate of, hey, it took me 30 seconds, but I'm still going to charge you for that 1 hour, so then you're getting that full payment of an hour even though it took them 30 seconds. So it really just all depends on what they're wanting to put as. And hosting, I'm getting 97 cents per MB per hour, so maybe a decent amount of money. I have no idea, but I am going to accept all the hosting, because all it has to do is with the servers. And I honestly want to see if we even have, that's Canteen, if we even have the big servers yet. And we do have server racks. So, and each of them, instead of the 1 gigabytes, it's 5. And then we also have the big server racks that aren't introduced until 2005. So server consoles, but those are very small. But then in the next buildings we got we can have more gigabytes with 5 gigabytes compared to 1. So that's good in that area. And then we'll just have to make sure everything's all good and that stuff. So overall, hopefully you've liked this video, and stay tuned for the next one. Have a good one.